have the evidence fresh in your mind. So, Monokuna file number 3. The victim is the ultimate artist, Angie Yonaga. The victim's body was discovered in the ultimate artist research lab. The time of death is 2 a.m. The victim was killed by a fatal stab wound to the back of the neck. Additionally, she has laceration on her forehead. The second victim is the ultimate Aikido master, Tenko Shabashira. The victim's body was discovered in a vacant room on the 4th floor. The estimated time of death is 11 in the morning. The victim was stabbed in the neck, in the back of the neck, resulting in death. No other injuries detected. Tsumugi account. Angie had locked herself in the Ultimate Artist lab since yesterday. Working on the ritual, she would not unlock the door unless someone from the student council asked her to. The student council members were Gonta, Kibo, Himiko, Tengo, and Tsumugi. Effigies hung upside down. The 4 wax effigies that were created for the resurrection rituals. They are exact replicas of the late Rantaro, Kaede, Ryoma, and Kirumi. They were hung upside down from the ceiling beams in the Ultimate Artist's lab. Forehead injury. Considering the laceration, the injury on the victim's forehead was not bleeding as much as it should. Okay, I get it. Bloody duct tape. Bloody piece of duct tape stuck to her hair. The blood on it has already dried. The blood that was flowing from the back of Angie's neck created a pool. Gold leaf katana. It was stabbed into the hung Kaede's effigy. Because the katana is so old, the handle's gold leaf rubs off easily. There was blood on the tip. It was taken from the ultimate anthropologist lab, so only the sheet was left in the display case. Anyone could have entered the lab. The Necronomicon. A book Monokuma prepared as a motive. Angie attempted to carry out the book's resurrection ritual. Necronomicon Resurrection Ritual. Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. Everyone may participate. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution, be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes of the effigy on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times. Then close your eyes and wait. After a while, you should feel a light tap on your back. If so, that means the ritual was a success. And the ashes are good for 1 use. The ritual can only be performed once, so use it wisely. Art Lab back door. The door has a sliding lock. When Angie's body was found, the sliding lock was locked from the inside. The handle of the sliding lock moves at the slightest touch. Something gold and shiny was on the handle. This door has a Art Lab's front door. This door has a cylindrical lock. Monodam swallowed the only key, so it can only be locked and unlocked from the inside of the lab. Before Angie's body was found, the door was locked, but Kokichi opened it by picking the lock. Kokichi's lockpicking. Kokichi can lock and unlock the front door of the Ultimate Artist lab with his lockpicking skills. The Caged Child. In order to perform the Caged Child, you need 5 people, including the spirit medium, and a dark place with no light. First, draw the magic circle passed down from the Caged Dog Village on the ground. Then the spirit medium must place their forehead on a stone and curl up like a turtle. They must do this at the center of the circle. After, the other 4 must make the following preparation. Place the iron cage over the spirit medium and cover that cage with a white cloth. Finally, place the dog god on top of the cage. Take care not to step on the magic circle during the preparation. Finally, turn off all the lights to make it completely dark, and your preparation will be complete. The seance will commence once all 4 participants stand at the corners of the room. The 4 participants, not including the spirit medium, will sing the Caged Child song. After the song, ask is the Caged Child and say the name of the spirit. if the spirit medium will reply with the voice of the spirit you have summoned. So now we have the second image is basically the shape of the circle, and the third image is the lyrics for the song. At last, at long last, young guard dog and little lost girl, sealed within an iron cage, at mountain's bottom, within the darkness. At last, at long last, how many will there be by dawn? Will there be two or just one? Will the guard dog run far away? Or did he eat the little girl? At last, at long last. Kibo's flashing light function. A function that Miyu had added to Kibo. He can emit a blinding light from his eyes. Dog statue. The wooden statue that was put on top of the iron cage during the seance. It weighs around 175 pounds. Shuichi, Kokichi, Kiyo, and Himiko work together to put it up and remove it from the cage. White sheet. The sheet was over the iron cage during the seance. It's very thick and cannot be seen through. There's blood on the back around the middle of the sheet, but there's no hole in the fabric. Kiyo was the one who placed the sheet over the cage and removed it from the cage. Magic circle Korekiyo drew. A magic circle that was drawn with the salt. It was drawn on the floor on the room where the seance was held. After Tenko's body was found, the magic circle was trampled on. That made it impossible to check the original shape. Hole in the corner. A hole that was in the corner of the room the seance was held in. There is a space under the floor so you can see what was dropped there. Whoa. Iron cage. The iron cage that Tenko was during the seance. It is around about 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. Shuichi and Kokichi placed this over Tenko and Himiko removed it. Tenko's blood was on the bottom of the cage. Marker stone. The stone that was by Tenko's body. During the seance, Tenko had been crushed over in the iron cage with her forehead on the stone. Tenko's last moment. Tenko died in the crouch position. The injury on the back of her neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill her immediately. Loose floorboard. The loose floorboard right below Tenko. It was not loose before the seance. There was dry blood on the bottom part of the floorboard. A sound during the seance. During the seance, there was a loud sound while it was completely dark. Sickle under the floor. The sickle that was under the floor of the room the seance was held in. The weapon came from the Ultimate Assassin's Lab. The blade was about 6 inches and the blood was still wet. Cross piece under the floor. One of the cross pieces that support the loose floorboard in the room the seance was held in. Only the portion that supports the floorboard was cut off. It wasn't broken naturally. It looked like someone had purposely cut it. Dry blood under the floor. A small amount of blood that was on the ground under the floor of the room the seance was held in. It was quite far from where Tenko's blood was dripping. Bloody Kokichi. While Kokichi was investigating the neighboring room from where the seance was held, he has stepped through one of the floorboards. That room also had a part of a cross piece cut off, the portion that supported the floorboard. Okay. Now, the elements are all gathered, the evidence are fresh in mind. It's time for a class trial. All rise. Class trial in session.
Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is and vote for who done it. only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy. Also, refusing to vote will result in your death, so you better vote for someone. Now, smiles, everyone! It's showtime! Let's get this crazy awesome trial underway!
Sorry, everyone. I don't think I'm gonna be much help this time. Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide a self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman!
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
Imiko?
Who did it?
Oh. She's mad.
Who killed Angie and Tenko?
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be two killers.
So, our other culprit might not be one of us here.
What do you mean?
Yeah, there is a chance that Tenko killed Angie and the murderer killed Tenko. But if only the culprit of the first murder count, if we need to vote for the first blackened, then the second is a freebie. Because basically it would be considered as us doing the class trial job or Monokuma job instead.
The transfer student. Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
Say something, Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going on.
Is it even possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit? Well, in the interest of being thorough, I should clear things up here. Monokuma File 3, forehead injury, effigies on upside
This crime
down.
was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
No! So, ritual did work?
Who was
Oh.
resurrected, I wonder?
The
Angie did
ritual
say
didn't
she
work
was
because
gonna
the
bring
book was
Rantaro
still
back.
there.
Yes. Rantaro was resurrected. The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Please, stop it!
This isn't about believing and reviving the dead. I have to focus on their statement. Were all those statements correct?
This crime was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
No! So, ritual... That's wrong!
Oh, I remember why I removed it.
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded.
I remember why I removed that skill is because when you turn it on, it's harder to aim at the V marks because the reticle will drift itself, move right into the weak point. But by that, it means the very middle of the word. And since usually the V points are on the corners of the sentence, you have to fight the drift.
According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
To preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution, be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes of the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times.
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
Now hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand. Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy, as long as you use the Necronomicon.
So basically, Monokuma's statement is, if the ritual would have been a success, it would have all totally worked.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
But it's true. I never lie about motives.
Daddy said so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
Monodum is still alive, though.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodum's corpse.
...
Oh? So resurrecting the dead was actually possible this whole time?
There's no way it's possible.
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us. Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Who did it?
Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this. I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
What? Why?
Don't play dumb with me, Creepshow. I already know what happened.
As much as I would love to check that out, I forgot to do something before starting the stream. I was going to the bathroom. Now I really have to go, and I cannot hold it in. So I'm gonna leave you with the music. So sorry about that, but I'm gonna have to be right back. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. Sorry about that. Alright. So let's resume. So you have front door, back door, cook
The
shop,
culprit
picking.
used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
Wow.
Anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in,
Oh.
and murdered the fuck out of Angie! Booyah! I'm a fucking genius!
I think it's only is Korikyo really culprit? Does that story fit the facts of the case? We should think about it from the beginning.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, and murdered the fuck out of Angie! Booyah!
Can I remove the no, eh?
A fucking genius! The culprit used the katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you automatically suspicious.
But
anyone could have taken that katana, you see. So that rusty
Katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not
care about some katana.
just admit it, you shitty worm. You went to the class.
With a key or the key or not, Angie would still would have let him into her lab. And from there, he could have pinned her down and murdered her just like that.
Oh no!
Oh, I made a mistake.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie.
Um,
And it was found in
that would be
Kyo's
Tsumugi's
research
account.
lab. Which makes you automatically suspicious.
But
anyone could have taken that katana, you see. So that rusty
Katana was the
murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
No.
I did not
Care about some
katana.
Just admit it, you shitty worm. You went to the classroom. In.
That's wrong!
Okay.
No, Kyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab. Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie locked herself up in her research lab, she said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
And Kyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Kyo couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
Yeah, the verb was kind of tricky because they said broken, but it could have been enter because broken implied that he had forced entry. So it doesn't matter whether Kokichi. Anyway,
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
Oh, how clever.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Tsumugi, and Himiko.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie. I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
Himiko da.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, and Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those three people.
You mean one of those two people? Because a robot ain't people, Jack!
I will let that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
Perhaps the culprit should confess already. Gonta, Keyboy, or Samugi? Well,
No, not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
So that's probably the moment for the panic attack. They're gonna argue at the same time.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez.
Gonta not
We're
culprit.
not the culprit.
Okay. Mass panic debate. Backdoor, Cookie became the
We
Necronomicon.
must consider other possibilities.
Okay.
Surely there must be a suspect who
Would not betray student council.
Okay.
that's utterly impossible. Not just anyone could open that door. Only student council members had access.
Oh.
I didn't know robots told such boring lies.
Is that a robophobic remark?
Okay. So I'm gonna check everyone too. There were several suspicious statements, but there's only one obviously inconsistent. I'll listen carefully, sort the statement in my head, and find the answer.
I didn't kill Angie. Well then,
Angel would not betray student council.
And do you have...
Impossible.
a dead chick can't be the culprit.
Why? It's not that far-fetched.
Look, I don't know who the culprit is. But it's definitely not me.
Robophobic remark.
There were several suspicious statements, but there's obviously one consistent. Yeah.
Gonta is gentleman. Gentlemen not betray student council.
And do you have an alibi for last night?
Gonta in room talking to bug friends. Much better than being out too late at night.
Okay.
Ask bug friends if Kyo doubt Gonta.
I can't...
Robophobic remark.
I can't question an insect. Yeah. Yeah. How did I turn automatic on?
Gonta is gentleman.
Surely there must be a suspect who
Would not betray student council.
That's utterly impossible. Not just anyone could open that door. Only student council members had access.
I heard it.
No, it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
Oh, it was R1.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Koichi pulled out some tin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. There, open, says me.
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
It's a lie.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it. I killed Angie.
Boo!
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie.
He just lied to make us work to prove that that wasn't him.
The culprit was me, all along.
What?
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
Nah, no joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins. And it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No, he's lying. I think. Maybe?
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
No, definitely not a lie. I killed Angie. Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
But at the same time, explain how you did it. See if it matched with the evidence.
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
That's not how it works.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room.
Ah.
They used a different method.
What different method? Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was...
The back door.
That's it! The back door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
The culprit used a certain tool.
The tool that the culprit used to lock the sliding dock from the outside was... Mine. Alright, we have to mine. I got the katana. I got the sickle. Oh, I got a Monokuma here. Obtain the Monokuma. Ah, okay, one of them was the sheath of the sword. This one is the sword itself.
I see it! The gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's effigy. The culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock because...
Because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
Yeah, it's the same sword from the first game.
Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
Oh, speak.
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they...
The clue that Mike...
Whoa.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed it up. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with the katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigy's hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
No, they didn't need to.
No. Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
Yeah, to hide the escape route. A different purpose. What could it have been? The culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of that setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locked the room should be clear. Is that a psyche taxi? Yeah, psyche taxi! What? Who? Who turned the handle of the sliding lock? Oh, what? What turned the handle of the sliding lock? Alright, so two options. Left lane, effigy's hand. Right lane, katana's hilt. Next question. Who, what was done to the katana to turn the lock? Oh, what was done to make the katana turn the lock? So left lane, katana was stabbed into effigy, sliding lock was tampered with. No, the katana was stabbed into the effigy. The katana didn't need to be any tampered with, it was sliding off easily, on and off. Hello, blind pizza guy, how you doing? Next question, I'm in the middle of Psyche Taxi. The class trial barely started. Basically, we have proved that, like, some people were trying to accuse Angie. Accuse a lot of people of King Angie. So at first they said Kyo because the murder weapon was found in his lab. And then it was said, Tsumuki said, oh, it's one of the dead, it's the transfer student. The dead killed Angie because the ritual was a success. We proved that was wrong. Now, how was the effigy manipulated to make the katana affect the lock? Okay, 3 choice. Spinning it, swinging it back and forth, making it fall. Spinning it. Yeah, what turned the handle of the sliding lock? The katana's hilt. What was done to make the katana turn the lock? Katana was stabbed into the effigy. And yeah, how was the effigy manipulated to make the katana affect the lock? Spinning it. Yeah, it didn't miss much. Yeah, and then, yeah. We were trying to prove that it couldn't be the resurrected transfer student because the ritual was incomplete because the Necronomicon was still intact. If the ritual was complete, we would have found ashes. And Monokuma made a remark saying that it's sad because if the ritual was complete, it would totally have worked. It did say at the end of the book, burn the book to ash. Yeah. And then we tried to narrow down the suspects. So there was only Gonta, Kibo, and Tsumugi. And they were saying, oh, I cannot be the culprit, I have an alibi, blah, blah, blah. And then Kokichi doubled down, saying that, oh, it could only be one of the student council, so stop bullshitting. So now we pointed out that he could have opened the door because of his lockpicking skills. And yeah, he decided in a blatant lie, maybe to make the trial advance. Okay, I admit it, I killed Angie. It was like, no, explain the evidence then. Alright, how did you lock the door back? Oh, I lockpicked the front door. Yeah, but why would there be a golden leaf on the sliding lock? So the evidence didn't match with Kokichi's story. So the killer had to be someone who had no means of entering by himself.
It connects. That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Effigy spun?
Yeah.
That's right. If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist. Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way. And of course, the katana would spin with it.
I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place?
Yeah.
The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
Yes, that's how Angie's lab was locked. By using the effigy with the katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us. Oh, but could it have moved the slide lock so easily?
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
Yeah.
Which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime, as to avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Are you saying it's the student council's fault?
Yes.
I didn't say that.
In any case, the culprit probably used the...
Oh, sorry.
It had to have been the right... It had to have been the right length.
No, sorry,
to hit
not
the
that.
sliding lock from. In any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick. It had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy. Length to hit.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up so we'd think it was some kind of ceremony.
Yeah.
That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed.
Yeah. So that doesn't disprove that he could have done it. He could have done the lock, the spinning katana to lock the first door and then lock the other door manually.
I don't want to completely ignore that possibility. But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
Cough it up, Kokichi!
Oh, man. You guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out.
Oh.
If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me?
Yeah.
And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh. Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted into my plan.
Nah, it wouldn't have worked.
You and your fucking lies! Go sit in the corner and play with yourself!
Okay, I'll start right now.
Yo, no.
Alright, so who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
Mew, I can't hold it up anymore.
Shut up.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter since anyone could have done it.
They never would have. They never would have. They will 100% do the joke, say it, but never show it.
Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Cum dumpster. Wow, that's a new one.
Come, dumpster!
Oh, she likes it. She liked that insult.
Finally! Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
What should we talk about now?
We must focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab. Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry. Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council. Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
It's fine. That's just a waste of time.
Me? A suspect? Never kill Angie!
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider. Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
The suspect rangers.
Suspect rangers?
The fuck?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
We might catch them with their pants down.
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers.
Including you.
What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list? Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Yeah.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Oh.
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie's?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What?
What do you mean?
The two victims could have been killed by two separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim.
I mean, that's the main goal, but I have a feeling that finding the second murder is gonna be easier.
We gotta figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless. Did you suggest that to waste our...
It's not meaningless!
Himiko!
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you! Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her? Himiko...
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
She finally starts to take a page from Tenko and not bottle up her feelings anymore. Now she feels them more. She lives her feelings more.
Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
No. It's okay. It's no surprise he'd think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now. I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive. But now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously! It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito! Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless.
A silence curse.
The name of the curse is... Death Curse!
Ooh.
I suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Listen up! All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run! I won't forgive something so messed up!
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Kaito.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
Yeah, maybe.
They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional? You like him a lot. Kaito? Yeah, he's a good guy.
So, what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Tancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Tancrotch!
The people who attended the seance were Korikyo, Chuichi, Miko, Kokichi. Yes. Including Kaito.
That's it!
I was reading the names.
Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
Because the other choice of answer had either Kibo or Kaito in it, so I had to remove them. The last one was like, one of them had 5 people, so of course it wasn't it. Then the other 2 had Kibo and the other one had Kaito, so it was... But, you know, Kaito, Kibo, Kyo, Kokichi, Himiko, there's a lot of K in that sentences, and it's like, okay, I gotta make sure that
So those 4 are the culprits!
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
yeah. Dot.
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the 4 is really Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes? If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either.
Yeah.
I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
Yeah, that was her. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this. Very well, I shall begin the preparation at once.
Oh, right.
Da.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
Oh, yeah, because on the inside, on the below the floor, there were a partition, a lattice of wood that was rotten below. So somebody could have entered from the left room and entered the center room from below with a light. A point from entry from outside must be referring to the little hole in the corner.
There! You're talking about under the floor, right?
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person could move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Which would be anyone who wasn't at the seance. Which was Kibo. Trying to remember where Maki was. Kaito was sick.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me. can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
Oh. Alright, cage child, loose floorboard, Kibo flashlight function.
During the seance.
All in the corner.
By crawling under the floor.
Is he gonna see Kibo?
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
No.
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor.
No. Sure, it scrap under the floor, but there's enough room for one person to move around. Especially if they had Kibo's flashlight. Ah, that was a wrong statement. Made a mistake.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance. By crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
It's true that with a little light, you could move under the floor. But is that possible? Well, in Kibo's case, it wasn't just a little light. It was too much light. He's got two high beams. They would have noticed that he would be under the floor through the gaps.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance.
Check this.
By crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance.
It was not loose before the seance, it was dry blood on the... Okay, maybe not that
How
one.
could they even see if they were under the floor?
I want to try Kibo's reverse bullet. What does it say?
You see, our villain.
Flashlight drawbacks.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that under the floor.
Ah!
I only reveal the truth. Mew, you gave Kibo his flashlight function, correct?
So I needed... I was correct, but I didn't use the reverse bullet on that one. He's got mag lights in his eyes, so that would have been way too bright. People would have seen it completely use something like a pin light. Or a candle.
Did you not notice?
I didn't notice what.
It's hard to believe that Kibo is a culprit in this case. It's even harder to believe that this trial isn't being manipulated by someone. So even if I have to lie, I have to defend Kibo. Lie? Okay, we're gonna pretend that we know about his drawback.
The drawback of the flashlight function that you added. It's so bright, even Kibo can't see when it's turned on.
Oh, yeah, we take that out of our ass.
I see. That bright, huh? Wait, what? There's no way a genius like me would make that kind of rookie mistake.
Well, Kibo?
But you make mistakes a lot. A whole lot.
Wow.
Hey! If you're gonna fuck me in front of everyone, at least buy me dinner first!
You're gonna get funny.
If he can't see, it doesn't matter how bright the area is. He couldn't move like that. So Kibo couldn't have been underneath the floor.
Is that true, Kibo? Is what Shuichi said true?
This was Mew's only very good joke. She made cringy, dirty joke, but that one was good. Come on, Kibo. Are we lying? Come on, Kibo, play along. Kibo.
Well, I'm so sorry. I just don't remember. Really, I'm sorry.
Oh, we get it already. Just turn it off. We're gonna go blind.
He turned it off accidentally. He turned it on accidentally, so he's blinding Kaito with it.
You don't remember? What does that even mean?
Well, Shuichi, trying to make a fool out of me, huh?
So let's see what he was going with it. What was the real answer? Because basically I used the dark path again without me knowing.
Let me put on some makeup, because I want to at least look pretty before you decide to fuck me!
That's taken straight from South Park. Let me put on some makeup, Fox, so I'm getting fat.
That's
Shuichi, I'm so sorry.
Oh, and he's blinding us again.
Damn, that is seriously bright.
And Kaito, since he's next to us.
Wouldn't the light have shined through the gaps of the floorboard if it had been this bright?
Yes, that was what I was going for. The hole.
Yes. The culprit couldn't have used a light under the floor. Not even Kibo.
So what would have been the loose floor?
Oh. They couldn't have. We were there after all. We would know. There was a hole near the corner of the room we were in. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Was that part of the bullets? The hole in the corner?
If someone had a light under the floor, it would have leaked through.
But when we did the seance, I'm pretty sure the room was pitch black.
So, regardless of the intensity of the light, even a candle, the light would have been, we were able to see the light from the hole on the floor.
That's right. We didn't see anything, so the culprit couldn't have used a light.
And just because I have a built-in flashlight function does not mean I am the culprit.
I see. That was a flaw in my theory.
Geez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats.
Room was completely dark. No way that would have worked. Yeah.
My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
All right. You made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Okay,
Not
so
with the flashlight. It's way too bright.
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch-black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny?
yeah.
Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from under floor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
But then again, since she was curled up in the turtle position and the stab was from the back of the head, being stabbed from below would be harder. It would just, she would, the wound would have been on her neck or face, basically.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that. That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
This is the first. This is the first trial from Danganronpa 2. They're referring to the glow paint and the knife that was hidden under the table during the blackout.
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right?
Yeah.
If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit!
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
Oh, we know when.
When? So not during seance?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over.
Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside Cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
But she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
Like when the sheet was on? Before the turning off of the candle? Or right after, during, when the four people were all busy holding the dog god statue? Or was it after the lights were turned back on that someone died?
Different time?
No, that doesn't make sense.
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
Yeah, you weren't there.
Huh? Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your limp dick brains!
Okay. Marker stone, iron cage, white
When
sheet, dog
Tenko got
statue.
killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time.
Yes, she
She
was.
was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
No.
Ooh, like that.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Whoa.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit!
There's no down!
Tenko not being killed during the seance? That might not be impossible, but there's no evidence for it.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
Ah, the blood on the white sheet.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. She was dead when the cage was lifted.
Because the white sheet was removed when
What
Emiko
about
went for the
moment
cage.
was lifted.
Ooh, like that.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast.
Oh, I
fast,
missed my
no
chance.
one
That was
saw-
Dan. I should have contradicted Gonta here.
It was me.
It's obvious is the culprit.
There's no
It could not have been done. She was in the cage the whole time.
She was dead when the cage was
Lifted.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
There you go.
That's wrong!
I had to remove some silent and white noise.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it. That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted.
Yeah.
If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
Whoa. New fast on the argue.
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
Revolver Showdown, True Blade. Marker Stone, loose floorboard, iron cage,
Tenko
sickle
died
under the floor.
after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gaps, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red.
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko, sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit, and that's none other than Kyo!
There has to be a hole in Mew's logic somewhere. All I have to do is show the evidence that will counter Mew's claim. So, which one is
The
it?
blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko,
Yeah?
sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
She wasn't sitting.
She wasn't that far from the cage.
She was crouched with her forehead on the stone.
His gaps. In which case, the
Loose board.
person who lifted the sheet is the culprit, and that's none other than Kyo! The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko, sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
She was probably sitting down normally while she was in the cage. If you got a problem with that, then come up with a better explanation, bucko. Oh.
The blade's all you need.
It's not the loose floorboard, it's the marker stone.
If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko, sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
I'll cut through your words.
Okay, so it was the marker stone.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage. She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again?
Oh, okay.
I'm so embarrassed.
My brain didn't register what they were saying. Like, she says that the blade, the sickle couldn't reach the Tenko through the cage. Like in a sitting position, yeah, you would. But then another thing would have been contradictory, and that wasn't part of the evidence. Is that there was no hole on the fabric of the white sheet?
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, Gonta.
How embarrassing!
She thrives to that.
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
Yeah, through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, for a living person.
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
Ooh.
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
You don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
Miko dot.
Spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Because she betrayed the student council. Grudge.
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have
wait,
done that!
I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
With Tenko? There was no room for two.
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I
noticed.
agree with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
The day she's referring to. Point somebody. I'm gonna say Kyo. Wrong. Who could have killed Tenko inside the cage at any time? Oh, Tenko herself. Oh. I don't get you. You're really narrow-minded for a detective.
I was wrong!
Yeah, it's only Tenko.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What did you say?
Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
Hello, Tyler. How you doing? Thank you very much. I'm doing great. Doing well. We're starting the class trial. I took a little bathroom break mid-stream because I ate some seafood.
She committed suicide.
No,
Suicide?
she did not commit Sudoku from inside the cage. It was too dark. She couldn't line up the numbers.
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the seance.
From the back of the
No
neck.
matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
True.
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Wow.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed.
Well, a blow to the neck. Would she have time to remove the floorboard when, even when if she's standing on it to drop the blade?
After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
Because the thing is, the sickle was not found underneath or even next to the puddle of blood. The sickle was found in the corner of the room where the hole was. Like the killer dropped it by the hole.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
Doesn't make sense to me either.
There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Oh. He's gonna say that Tenko volunteered herself to be the spirit medium because she killed Angie, and out of grief she killed herself. And she did that knowingly that if there was gonna be a class trial, nah, you'll never get me! That doesn't register. There's two problems. There's no way she can reach up to hit the back of her neck, even though through the floorboard. And the murder weapon was a different part. Yeah.
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Hey, Angie! When did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Wow.
Take us down?
Now he brings an evil smile to his face.
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. She told me.
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Okay. And if it's wrong, then it's on you. Great.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
She starts to like the secret training. She's a fucking tsundere.
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Wow, I know, right? Yeah. Himiko ...
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
There you go.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
Okay. A proper reason to believe in Tenko.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
Oh. I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Okay, everyone, I'll see you guys after the seance. She said, see you guys after. I thought she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that. And if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe. Okay. Monokuma File 3, Cage
So
Child,
far,
Tenko's
suicide
last
seems to be the
moment.
best explanation.
Hold in the center.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
No.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching onto the easiest answer. To get out of this, I need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't work.
So
But I
far,
don't see
suicide
how
seems
I
to be
can
the best
fit
explanation.
my bullet.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
Here. No. Shuichi, is that evidence, or are you letting your emotion get the best of you?
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle. and
Yeah,
then
brought the
stabbed-
sickle doesn't fit with Tenko's last moment. And with the last bit of strength
Yourself
doesn't
with
fit
it.
that either.
Finally, with the
Oh,
last
wait.
of her strength, she threw the sickle.
No injuries were detected.
Underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
That kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide...
Oh! The injury on her back or on her neck was deep, but not enough to kill her immediately. Okay, so I have to make a... Okay, so to make everyone believe that Tenko's suicide was impossible, I have to lie and made everyone believe that Tenko's death was instantaneous.
It would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally,
Let's see if
with
it's
the
true.
last-
Tenko died instantly, yes! Lie! Another perjury. That was a mandatory perjury.
Tenko couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor. Because she died instantly.
Instantly?
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. Oh yeah, Maki. She couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Da.
Maki.
Oh, I just realized that on Angie's effigy, instead of an X that was put on her face, they put a little halo and wings. Because usually everybody who dies in Danganronpa got an X, and sometimes the font change depending on their job.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail. Tenko died instantly.
What?
Mikey goes along with me.
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything.
And Tenko's X is a bit twisty, like a shuriken. It looks like a pinwheel, basically. Because she also has her hair ribbon is tied in a way that it makes the pinwheels also. Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No! There must have been a way! We're gonna figure it out!
This just gets more and more intensely interesting by the second. That's why I love these games. Yes,
Did any
of
of the
course.
participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
Well, yeah. Finally, they're gonna mention the loud thud.
If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try and remember. I'm sure there's something. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. Cage child, sound during the
Did
seance.
anything
Thank
seem out of the
you.
ordinary during the seance?
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed.
Yeah?
The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall, I think.
Come on!
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in there. I mean, it was totally pitch black. My job was to relight the candles. Moving along the walls was seriously tough.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something.
I'm more concerned about how dark.
The word is falling, so it's hard for me to aim because it's still falling. I have to aim where it's going to fall.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary?
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Singing the song, I heard something.
There you go.
I agree.
Consent.
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. What could have fallen down?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
That would have been Deiko's body. A loud sound, like something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound has something to do with the other thing that was that happened in the dark. The loose floorboard.
This is it! I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
could the floorboard have made such a loud sound though?
Yeah.
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
It is true. There would have been a strong impact to make that sound. What was it? What could it be? Da da da.
All right then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
Sound during seance, magic
So what
circle
made the
for a kill
floorboard come
Drew.
loose?
Cross piece onto the floor.
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That
Not
wouldn't make such a
for-
loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
No, the statue stayed there. It
But
was
that
very
statue
heavy.
was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Oh shit.
Step on it is dangerous.
I agree.
Okay, it was still spinning. It was almost invisible, but it was still there, so it was available to shoot a bullet.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
But floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the crosspiece?
What did they stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, I need to think carefully about the crosspiece and the floorboard. Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard, and the crosspiece that had been cut was on the other end of the floorboard. Yeah, so the floor stands on three crosspiece. The one that's on the left of the plank, one on the right, and the one on the middle. Tenko is standing on the left side of the plank. The marker stone is basically on the right side of the other plank's floorboard next to it. And the crosspiece that's been cut off is the one on the right. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. Only one of the crosspiece was cut. The other two were intact. One of them was right under Tenko, and the other was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit intending to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Think, man, think. Okay, I think I know the answer. S E E S A That's a W. Seesaw. Effect. Seesaw effect. Oh, that was not an F. C. So yeah, there were two words. One 6-word and one 6-word too. So seesaw effect.
That's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
So the killer knew exactly what he was doing. And it could have been only been one person.
A seesaw?
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece,
Boink.
the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Her whole body lifted up?
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that, unless they used the sickle.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
By taping the sickle underneath the top of the cage. So when you do the seesaw trick, you're gonna move Tenko's body right into the blade. Instead of moving the weapon towards the body, you move the body towards the weapon.
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
The floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric. What conclusion can I draw from this? There's only one place the sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence. Next to the cage, underneath the floorboard, on the top of the cage, between the victim and the floorboard.
That's it! The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down. The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage.
It was right underneath the dog god statue too.
Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place.
Oh, no need for tape. It's true. If you put the sickle straight on the cage, the blade could pass between the holes of the cage. Then you put the sheet, you steady the blade with the statue, and then...
It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over. Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw,
splat!
Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
Are they gonna show it? Yeah!
She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
Ah, they show it, and they see the blood splatter too. That was on the cage and on the sheet.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouched position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim.
Yeah.
That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
And the body dropping on the floor.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
Old-fashioned?
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box. Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Yeah?
It was you.
Oops. I accidentally pressed it.
What? It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide. Wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
No.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
Ah. Since Himiko proposed the center room, that makes her the culprit.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room.
No. 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 Because the culprit was the one who installed the sheet on top of the cage. Himiko didn't do that.
That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use?
The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
Da-da-da.
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room.
But how would have she known that the seance would have come the way it would? She only studied the cage child ritual only after Korikyo proposed it, which was pretty much after we picked the room.
She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it. Then, she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
Or rather, all according to Keikaku.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
Da-da-da.
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
Himiko?
What's wrong, Himiko?
It is true that using the middle room was Miko's idea, but does that mean that Miko really killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel? Class trial intermission! Do you want to save? Yes, I do want to save. And I want to take the opportunity at the same time to grab another drink. Because right now, I'm on